Welcome to Fishing for Bees. This is my YouTube channel on swarm catching and beekeeping. It's October 27th. It's about 53 degrees. Beautiful day here in Michigan, and we need to continue prepping for winter. If you're new to the channel, welcome. As I said, I'm in Grand Rapids, Michigan area. We have two yards. We have this nuke yard, and we have our production yard up in Cedar Springs, Michigan. I've been keeping free bees for 5 years now. I've caught 24 swarms, I believe, over 5 years. Some years better than others. This last year was not great. In the past, we've given away 10 frame colonies in the spring from this yard because we came out of spring with great winter survival success, and I only want 8 colonies top in my production yard. So I've given away some 10 frame colonies. Fortunately, that's not going to happen this year. We only have these 2. This is a swarm catch that's never been treated, and this was a split that's been treated with Formic Pro. So as I mentioned, I only have the experience of keeping free bees. I've never purchased bees. I've never purchased a queen. I've only made one split, and that's this one right here. Not that I needed more bees, I just needed bees in this area for pollination of a garden. So if any of that interests you, please like and subscribe. Also, if you've been around, I appreciate your support. If you could please give me a thumbs up and a comment. Let me know what you're doing for the winter to prep your bees. Obviously, there's many ways to keep bees during the winter, and I'm just showing you how I keep mine. So if you have been around, please give me a thumbs up and a comment. The algorithm hasn't been kind to us lately, so I appreciate all the help you could give us. In this video, I'm just going to go over 2 steps that I do for winter preparation. The first one being tilting the colonies. So you can see that this one has a board behind it, tilting it forward, and this one does not. I'm late doing this. I should have already done this. We had horizontal rains come through this area. I'm concerned that this one might actually have standing water in it. Looks pretty good, and the weight's pretty good. But I want these to be canted forward. The reason why is if you do have moisture get inside there, condensation or anything like that, you want it to hit the ceiling, roll forward, and run down the face, not rain down on your bees. That's why we have the moisture control systems and stuff like that. So this is important. And one of the things I have done in my other yard is I permanently tack that board down in the back so that year round, all my colonies have a good cant forward in case they get rain or anything like that, but it's crucial during the winter. So today, I'm going to take this sticker, run it the full length here, and put it under, just like that. So we got a good lean going forward. I eventually will slide these closer together. I like for them to try and help each other, you know, with heat if they can. But before I do that, I like to put on painter's tape. So one of the things I want to talk about, this seam right here has not been broken in months. This one either. You have to be careful. If you are cracking your boxes and breaking that seam, then you have to help them. They are not going to be able to propolis that because of the temperatures that we're experiencing here in Michigan and the fact that they're just not focused on that type of activity. So they've already sealed everything up the way they like it. You can see on this one, they're starting to fix my mouse guard, put a little bit more propolis on it. So I like to tape these up with some painter's tape. Doesn't leave anything sticky. No residue or anything like that, but I like to put the seam in the back just in case during the winter, if I need to get in there, it's on the appropriate side of where I will be gaining access, which is from the back. Not as important on this box as it is on my quilt boxes. I don't anticipate having to do anything in this area of the colonies. But I do the same thing for when I put my quilt boxes on. I put another tape because they're definitely not going to be able to weatherproof that seam, propolis that seam. So I like to keep the seam of my tape in the back so I can just peel these back, gain access through that quilt box, and slide in my fondant or whatever I need to do. Again, though, this area I should not have to do much with, but just in case, I still like to keep that seam to the back. Go all the way around. Make sure it's nice and tight. I will likely go around this bottom board at some point, but I still want to hit these with some oxalic acid vaporization. And if you watch my videos, my access is through the back, the hole here. And if I tape it now prematurely, I'll have tape where I'm putting a 440-degree piece of equipment through, and I don't want to do that just yet. So we're going to slide these closer together. When we get a little bit closer to winter, I'm okay with them right now. I still got a lot of activity to do with these two. So when they're really buttoned up close together, sometimes it's hard to do what you need to. So we'll creep this one over a couple inches every visit. They'll still find their way inside, won't be an issue, and then eventually they'll be tight together. I could even creep this one over a couple inches and we'll be there in no time at all. It wouldn't have probably been a problem to move all that distance. So I just, I like to be cautious. We're here to help the bees, keep the bees, and not cause too much disturbance and stress for the bees. So we either have another video up already on the quilt boxes in this yard and some feed that we're putting on them to continue building them up for winter. This one is a little bit lighter than I would like. This one is heavier. This one was always a less population, so that kind of makes sense. But the weights are good, and we need to just keep moving forward to prepare these girls for winter. So check out our other videos. Again, the algorithm hasn't been kind to us. There's a lot of stuff up that people haven't seen. If you can find it, give it a thumbs up and a comment. I'd really appreciate it. If you've been with me this long, I appreciate you coming along for the ride. I hope your bees are well.